My friend Francois Payard has no idea that I'll be stopping by for a throwdown.
Bobby, get ready for the challenge.
I'm not sure what he's up to in his kitchen, but I'm about to turn mine into Yule Log Central.
We got a lot of work to do, so let's get into the Food Network test kitchen and give it a try.
Along with my regular helpers Stephanie and Miriam, I've enlisted the skills of my executive pastry chef Vicki Wells to help us figure out a winning recipe.
I'm just going to break it down. So we're going to make the cake, then we're going to make the pastry cream, and then we're going to make the buttercream.
Hello Food Network, my name is Francois Payard, and today I'm doing Buche de Noel. Bobby, you should watch out.
Our Buche de Noel or Yule log consists of 3 basic components: sponge cake, cream filling, and frosting. We're going to fill and roll our cake in the traditional Yule log way, but we're breaking from the tradition of chocolate when it comes to flavor.
So it's going to be maple walnut.
So it's like an American version.
American version of a French dessert.
Right.
What's inside is a chocolate mousse, hazelnut dacquoise, like a sponge cake but made with meringue, with a hazelnut cream in the middle and a wafer.
We start off by making our sponge cake.
Okay, so we're going to whip the egg whites until they come to soft peaks and then add sugar and a little maple sugar.
I like that. I like the maple sugar on top of them.
I'm sure Bobby may do something very different, very old-fashioned. Alors we're trying to make something very modern. And now we'll be ready to make a sponge. It's a mix of hazelnut flour and almond.
Are you sifting the flour at all?
Put the flour right in.
We just mix everything together. This machine allowed me to spray the sponge and to make the sponge without touching. Look, I may sprinkle the hazelnut for the crunch. I cook the sponge 380 degrees, approximately 12 to 14 minutes.
That's a nice batter.
It's really light.
We spread the sponge cake batter into a ½ inch layer, put it into a 400-degree oven for 5 to 7 minutes, then move on to our pastry cream. It starts with a caramel made by melting sugar, to which we add maple syrup, whiskey, milk, and vanilla beans.
And then we're going to cook that with egg, cornstarch, and sugar.
All right.
More sugar.
Oh, that's a big one.
Okay, now we may make the chocolate mousse. A little bit of yolks over here. I may add a little bit of water, corn syrup, non-fat milk. And now what we want to cook it almost like an omelette. Voilà.
Once our pastry cream thickens, we add butter and then strain it.
We're going to strain out the caramelized maple pastry cream, and we're going to add some very stiffly whipped cream to it. Fold it in, and it's going to lighten up the maple pastry cream. Oh, it's good. Tastes like butterscotch.
Voilà, now we may add the whipped cream into the mousse. It's much easier to do in my kitchen than on TV.
Next we're going to do the buttercream.
For the third piece of our Buche de Noel puzzle, our buttercream frosting, we mix eggs, egg yolk, sugar, and water, then add in a thickened sugar syrup.
Alors you see, now my mousse is ready. I may move to the mold.
We spread a thin coat of pastry cream on our cooked and cooled sponge cake.
God, the consistency is beautiful.
Yeah.
I make pretty much like half of the mold with the chocolate mousse. And now I may start to assemble my cake. Voilà. Perfect. What we need to do, very simple. We just need to cut. Voilà. This one is a little bit of feuilletine, and that may give you a little crunch and a lot of texture to the cake. Now let's treat them for 2-3 hours into the freezer.
Once the pastry cream is in place, we roll the sponge cake into the classic Yule log shape.
You see, there's all the layer of the sponge over here, all the layer of the cake. And over here what we have a beautiful glaçage. It's pretty much like a chocolate glaze, very shiny, and it's what we want. We have to make sure that we apply a lot of glaze on the logs. Voila.
We decided meringue mushrooms aren't really right for our bouche, so instead we decorate it with candied cranberries, candied orange peel, and to highlight the flavor of our cake, we add thin sugar cookies we bake in the shape of maple leaves.
What about the orange? Remember the orange?
I'm not done.
Oh, you can decorate the logs pretty much every way you want, but this year I choose to make very simple.
Bit of powdered sugar.
Yes.
For snow.
I love that idea. Where's the powdered sugar?
That's lovely.
Very nice.
It's a good idea, Steph.
Thank you, Vicki.
Vicki's help was key, but she's not coming with us. We'll be on our own at the throwdown.
That's a gorgeous cake. It is really lovely.
Really good.
I hope when Bobby is making his logs, he doesn't use chili pepper.
All right, Francois, this holiday season, the sweetest gift will be ours.
Okay, Bobby, I disagree with you. I think the sweetest gift this year will be mine.
Francois Payard is all about the Buche de Noel at the French Institute Alliance Française on Manhattan's Upper East Side. But we're on our way to brighten up his holidays with a throwdown challenge.
We're going maple walnut. Classic American flavors for the holidays.
I can only imagine that his Buche de Noel is going to be très magnifique.
Okay, so you have to get something. One time. My name is Francois Payard. My mission is to make the best of the best. The plan of attack is to challenge the throwdown king. He doesn't know yet. I may win, I may lose. It's anybody's game. Are you ready?
I don't like this part. I'm supposed to sneak up on you.
Are you ready for a throwdown?
I'm ready. Let's do it. You guys want some Buche de Noel? Let's go. He knew I was coming and he was ready for me, so I guess it has to happen once in a while, right? That's what throwdown's all about.